All right, you guys, so components of an essay. What does it take to build an essay? You probably do know all of these things, but this is a good refresher. Nice and quick, just to make sure we have the same terminology going on, all right, as we talk about these things, because I'm going to refer to them in these ways, and you'll want to make sure that you recognize what I mean when I say them, right? So components of an essay, to go from top to bottom, let's go chronologically, right? So we have an introduction, right? What does an introduction do? Well, it has a few different parts, right? We have the hook, and that engages the reader. And then we have the bridge. This connects the hook to the thesis. And in that, we provide things like context, definitions, necessary information that your reader needs to know to be able to understand what you're writing about. All right, because we need to remember that not everything in our mind is actually, something that it translates well on paper. Okay, so you need to be able to clearly say, okay, well, reader, this is where I'm coming from. This is my perspective. We are kind of taking this big idea, and now we're narrowing it down to the thesis statement. And this is by far the most important sentence in your essay. All of our thesis statements will be one sentence long at max in this class. One sentence thesis that is the most clearly written sentence of your essay that identifies your purpose and indicates how you will accomplish that purpose. All right, so that sounds pretty simple, but as you start writing them, you'll realize that your brain wants to write this in multiple sentences. You want to have a thesis that takes up an entire introduction paragraph. And you know what? It's okay to start like that, as long as you pick out the main components and mush it down. We'll be talking about thesis statements, next week. So hang tight for that. But for now, right, just having a general idea of the thesis statement, what it is, and where it goes. So it should be placed as the last sentence of your introduction. Boom. All right, introduction complete. All right, then we move into the body of our essay. So body paragraphs. Okay, usually this is going to be 2 to 5 paragraphs, right? Depending on the length of your essay, depending on your topic, depending on how you choose to write about it. Okay, now I will say you want to make sure your body paragraphs in length are about 4 to 6 sentences at max. You don't want to go, 10, 12, 15 sentences, especially not for one, and then 4 for another, right? You want to keep it consistent and even. And you want to make sure that you have enough information for your reader to understand, because the purpose of these body paragraphs is to give your reader more information, right? This is the meat and potatoes. So how do we start a body paragraph? Well, we start it with a topic sentence. And in that topic sentence, we reaffirm the purpose of the essay and tell the reader how this paragraph fits in. Right? That's what we're doing. We're saying, hey, reader, this is what we're talking about in this paragraph. Cool? Cool. All right. Then after that, we have evidence that pertains to the topic sentence. All right. You don't want to go willy-nilly. The topic sentence should clearly indicate what it is that this entire paragraph is discussing. So evidence that backs up the point that you're making in the topic sentence. Boom. All right. And then here's important. This is something that everyone forgets. Okay. So the explanation of how you want your reader to use that evidence. Right. It's not just enough that you kind of throw something out there and you're like, ha ha ha, boom, nailed it. No, you need to say, okay, and the reason this is important is, and then you can link it back to the information in your topic sentence, which, because you have that purpose, right, in your topic sentence, that purpose of the essay, links it back to the thesis. Oh my goodness. It's like it's all connected. It is all connected. All right. So you do that. And then you have a transition. Okay. This moves your reader from one paragraph to the next. Nice and simple. Okay, that's what we're doing here. We're moving our reader from one paragraph to the next. We're saying, hey reader, this is the thing we just talked about, and boom, this is what we're going to talk about in the next paragraph. Nice and clear, nice and easy. You're helping your reader kind of move along. All right, so you do that for each of your body paragraphs. And then at the end of our essay, we're going to have a conclusion. Okay, conclusions, you want to make this probably 4 to 5 sentences for the lengths of our essays. All right, and what we do is we restate the thesis. Okay, we don't want to add any new information. Okay, it's just going to be the ideas that you've already talked about, and you're just saying, reader, hey, here we go. Let's kind of recap what we've just done. All right, so those are the components of an essay, the basic ideas. This is how we'll be talking about them. So if you have questions about this, please let me know before we get started, so that way we can really be all on the same page and communicating in a clear way. All right, thanks you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.